In today's video, I'm going to talk about the new album by ABBA called Voyage. So this is their first album in about 40 years. Album was released on November 5th, 2021. And the band has released hit records around the world. They're finally making a comeback, so let's talk about it. So back in 1982, the band split up after they released their album, The Visitors. That came out on November 30th, 1982. Even though the band was inactive, they were still interested in the band, especially after the release of the ABBA Gold compilation album. And then years later, that Mamma Mia stage show, and then later the movie. Now, during that time, they received many offers to reunite, and they pretty much turned down all the offers. They weren't interested. Supposedly in the year 2000, they were offered $1 billion to perform, and they even turned that down. So years passed, and the first reunion was in 2016. They played a private party in Stockholm. Then another formal reunion in 2018, and then they announced they recorded 2 songs. Those are I Still Have Faith in You and Don't Shut Me Down. Those are on the album. And there were also 2 singles. They were released prior to the album. And there's another song called Just a Notion that appears on the album as a form of a demo. It was on that box set called Thank You for the Music that was released in 1994. That song was released in 1978, but I'll talk a bit about that a little more later on. So with the announcement of the album, it basically broke the record for the biggest pre-order ever for Universal Music Group UK. So basically, it's an album that people have been waiting for like 40 years. So, as most of you know, the band has 4 members. We have Agnetha Fältskog on vocals, Björn Ulvaeus on vocals, Benny Andersson vocals, piano, synthesizer, and Anni-Frid Lyngstad on vocals. There are 10 songs in the album, and it's about 37 minutes long. So the first song is called I Still Have Faith in You. This was the first single released on September 2nd, 2021. The song has Anni-Frid on vocals. It's a very soft ballad. And the song's about their friendship that lasted over the years. There's a music video, and they show lots of clips, about pictures of them and old videos. And, it's a really emotional, song and music video. The song showcases Annie's vocals. It's backed by piano and some orchestral sounds. The song picks up the pace as it progresses, has some vocal harmonies, a drum beat, and some more instrumentation. There are a few electric guitar parts in the song as well, and it's also the longest song, 5 minutes, 10 seconds. Next is When You Dance With Me. This one's a little more upbeat, mixed with kind of like a slight folky or medieval tone. Has some memorable keyboard melodies and some vocal harmonies. The song is fairly short, a little under 3 minutes. Next is Little Things. It's a slow ballad. It starts with a soft piano intro, and it's a Christmas song, The song has the soft vocals backed by pianos and bells. The song ends with a children's choir singing the final verse. Next is Don't Shut Me Down. This is the other single that was released the same day as I Still Have Faith in You. This one has Agnetha on vocals. The song brings back that Europop sound that they became famous for with songs like Dancing Queen. It has that throwback late 70s, early 80s sound with a very danceable beat and orchestration. Vocal harmony is very good, and one of the better songs. This is the one I like a little better. Next is Just a Notion. This is another song that was released as a single. And the song also has a lot of that old ABBA, sound that it was originally written for the Voyage album, back in 1978. And back then they didn't really like the sound. They kind of thought they couldn't really mix it well. And they kind of set it aside. So it was released as a demo form on the Thank You for the Music box set in 1994. The song was remixed. The instrumentation was re-recorded, but it still has the original vocals from 1978. The song is upbeat, and it brings back their old sound. Next is I Can Be That Woman. It's a soft ballad with some orchestral parts, some piano, and a slow drum beat. The song has some nice vocal harmonies. Kind of has a slight country feel with some guitar fills. Next is Keep an Eye on Dan. This one starts with a cool synth melody with some futuristic sounds. Kind of go along with the vocals and the first verse. This one has kind of that Europop sound and probably one of the better songs on the album. It has a little more energy, has that classic sound. This is one of the catchiest songs on the album, and one of the few songs you can hear those male vocals in the background. Next is Bumblebee. It's a soft ballad backed with some orchestral instrumentation, some bells, some wind instruments, and it kind of has a very folky quality. Next is No Doubt About It, and this one's a little different. Starts with some like country bluegrass guitar going to like a faster paced beat and that classic Euro pop sound. The synths along with the song bring back like a little of that 80s new wave. The vocals have like a classic pop quality and some melodic parts to the song, and it's just very fun and upbeat. The final song is called Ode to Freedom. It's a slow song, it's another ballad. It kind of, I guess it's like a waltz or something like that. The instrumentation has, you know, a very like full sound, a pretty nice melody, and just has that like orchestral sound, and it's just a nice ballad to close out the album. So, in conclusion, I think the album was okay. If you're a longtime ABBA fan, I think you probably like it. The songs do sound like the band has always sounded. You know, they don't change their style, they don't experiment. They don't go into any other musical genres. I mean, it's another ABBA record. And, you know, for me, I like the songs that were more upbeat. So my favorite songs were Don't Shut Me Down, Just a Notion, Keep an Eye on Dan, and No Doubt About It. Now, those are the songs that brought back that Europop sound that they had in like the late 70s. The ballads for me were kind of very soft. I did find myself getting a little bored listening to them, but that's just my particular musical taste. I did read some of the reviews that were out already, and I saw the album got a lot of mixed reviews. I know some gave it like 2 stars, like The Guardian, and I think others gave it like 5 stars, and I think Rolling Stone gave it, I think, 4.5. But for me, it's a 7.5 out of 10. So let me know in the comments what you thought of the album. That's all. Tomorrow I have something completely different. Have the self-titled Bullet for My Valentine, and then some classic album reviews celebrating anniversary. So I have Ozzy Osbourne's Diary of a Madman, that will be 40 years. Kiss, Rock and Roll Over, that would be 45 years. Kiss the Elder would be 40 years. And Motley Crue's Too Fast for Love, that would be 40 years. So this is JC Rock and Metal Reviews. My name is John. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next one.